Qu'il meure et laisse le Cameroun en paix. Je vais l'acheter un cercueil. Let him die and leave Cameroon in peace. I'm going to buy a coffin for him. Minister Paul Atanga. For those watching for the very first time, we welcome you to the channel and urge you to subscribe. Subscribing gives you access to notifications when subsequent videos are uploaded. When you get them, share. That is how you contribute your little quota towards spreading our sensitization messages. Let us continue with the story that is trending, not only on social, but also mainstream media, not only in Cameroon, but also out of Cameroon, carried by those who love democracy and crave change. The opening lines are from Minister Paul Atanga. You remember in my last video, I said in an audio that was leaked out from a conversation between Minister René Sadi, the communication boss of Cameroon, and one Angie Fobin, Mr. Sadi accused Paul Atanga of being responsible for the death of Anicet Ekane. And now, Paul Atanga has confirmed it himself, because Paul Atanga had a visit of some members of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission. And amongst those members was the vice president of that commission, Barrister Dorcas Kongme. And they had gone there to tell Paul Atanga that as the situation is, Anicet Ekane needs to be released from detention because of his health situation. He needs his oxygen machine because of his respiratory problems. Paul Atanga told them, and I quote, "Qu'il meure et laisse le Cameroun en paix. Je vais l'acheter un cercueil." Let him die and leave Cameroon in peace. I will buy him a coffin. I hope Paul Atanga has bought the coffin, because Anicet Ekane is dead and we need that coffin. But one thing we want to tell Paul Atanga is that unlike him, Anicet Ekane is a martyr. And going forward, his name will remain in the history books of Cameroon. But as for you, Mr. Paul Atanga, first, your death will be so bitter, so painful, so long. The pain is going to be excruciating, and it will take you time before you breathe that last breath. And when you die, there will be no coffin, no grave for you, Paul Atanga. Your body will be left on the roads in Yaoundé for birds to feed on, for animals to feed on, and will spit on it. That is a message for you, Paul Atanga. But let me go to what Minister René Sadi said when he heard of the death of Anicet Ekane. And you will understand that Paul Atanga was merely corroborating what we had predicted, that René Sadi was attacking Paul Atanga. Remember, Paul Atanga acts nowadays like the communication minister. At one moment, he is acting like the head of government. At one moment, he is acting like the territorial administration minister, forgetting that the man who appointed him is illegitimate and occupying the presidency illegally. Forgetting that Paul Atangi himself is illegitimate and occupying illegally the Ministry of Territorial Administration. And now, this is what Rene Emmanuel Sadi said when he heard of Anicet Ekane's death. Let me quote him. "I am deeply saddened. Ekane was my friend, and I knew him very personally. You know, there are decisions that are sometimes made without consulting those who might have a different perspective. I believe that we all have to regret what has happened. If I could, I would have ensured that it doesn't happen. This is my personal point of view." That is Rene Emmanuel Sadi. Don't forget, Rene Emmanuel Sadi has a serious beef with Ferdinand Ngongo, the chief pin of the cabal. At the same time, Rene Emmanuel Sadi has a serious beef with Paul Atangi. Paul Atangi is a fervent ally of Ferdinand Ngongo, and therefore he executes to every word instructions from Ngongo. He is the puppet and Ngongo is the puppeteer. He is the one doing the dirty job. He has proven that he is the new Fochivé. He is the one maiming. He is the one killing in Cameroon. So Minister Paul Atangi gave the instructions to arrest, to whisk Anicet Ekane to Yaoundé, to detain him, to confiscate the oxygen machine that led to his death. So Paul Atangi, you're not only a rogue, you're not only a criminal, you are a murderer. And you thinking that Anicet Ekane is dead and that marks the end of what is going on in Cameroon? There is still more to come. You will be surprised. Trust me. Because your own death is going to be very painful, excruciating. The pain is going to be excruciating. The pain is going to go for a very long time. You will beg for mercy. And when you die, there will be no coffin, no grave for you, Paul Atangi. Animals will feed on your remains. You think you own Cameroon. You think you own the world. You go around parading yourself as the territorial administration boss. Yet, you don't even know where Kumba is found. The division. You say Kumba is found in Fako division. Maybe that is why you are on a mission now to reshape the country and create new divisions so you can appoint the sons of your cabal members who have graduated from that criminal institution called Enam. Paul Atangi, play cool, bro. Your time is coming. You see, Rene Emmanuel Sadi, I wanted to take a look at him lately. He's a broken man. He's a man with regrets. And his greatest regret is ever joining the government of Mr. Biya. That is his greatest regret, joining the government of Mr. Biya. Rene Emmanuel Sadi has made it known to friends that the things going on within the government of Mr. Biya is something that no sane human being should be a part of. And that's why he regrets. And that's why today you see there is a broken government in Cameroon. A divided government. A government deeply consumed by suspicion. Where is Jean de Dieu Momo? He was on Equinox TV and was telling Maitre Sim, Barrister Sim, that Anicet, Ekane, and Chameni, they are not in prison. That they are just being kept somewhere and questioned as part of investigations following the protests that swept across Cameroon after the last presidential elections. So where is Jean de Dieu Momo? Like a dog that grew up in the market, he has put his tail in between his legs and he's very quiet somewhere. He cannot come out to talk. That is the kind of country. Some young people will come on social media, on mainstream media, and tell us, oh, Mr. Biya is the best. Mr. Biya understands the country. It's a shame. It's a pity. You guys all have a very bleak future. Because the day of reckoning, mark my words, the day of reckoning shall come in that country. Each and every one of the members of government who has contributed in putting Cameroon in the situation it finds itself, you will pay for your crimes. You will pay for your crimes. I want to believe that Mr. Biya saw how Mubarak was brought in a cage to prison. In a cage. Look at how all the dictators have ended. Even your closest friend, Blaise Compaoré, ran out of Burkina Faso. Yeah. Aline Bongo was limping. A time will come when you guys will account for every evil you have committed in the land. The blood of innocent Cameroonians, Bibi Gota, Monseigneur Bala, Wazizi Samuel, Lapiro de Banga, Martinez Zogo. Begin to name them. Begin to name them. And add Anicet, Ekane. Their blood will haunt you guys. Your nights will be painful. You will beg for death. Death will not come. For those who know Zhang Troa, Zhang III, who used to be senior divisional officer for FACO, he committed all kinds of atrocities in FACO division. But before Zhang Troa died, he sent his wife to beg the chiefs and let the chiefs beg their people, their subjects, because Zhang Troa died a painful death. He suffered before he died. That is the fate of most government officials in Cameroon. I am wondering what their children are telling them at home. I am wondering what their wives are telling them at home when they retire at the end of the day after wasting time in air-conditioned offices, because there is absolutely nothing they can bring to the table as far as the livelihood of Cameroonians is concerned. Absolutely nothing. There is absolutely nothing they can do to better the situation of the prices of goods and services in Cameroon, household commodities, are sold at cutthroat prices. Gallop inflation has engulfed the markets. Look at our road network. Mr. Biya took a country that was experiencing economic boom. Today, the economy of Cameroon is in the slums. Mr. Biya took a country with so many industries, companies, financial institutions, development institutions. Today, they are all dead. Mr. Biya preaches agriculture being the backbone of our economy. But the agro-industrial giant, CDC, is dead, a shadow of itself. And the other criminal in Boya, Okalia Bilai, governor of the Southwest region, has plantations in Dian, house everywhere in the Southwest, lands everywhere. Your time is coming. Okalia Bilai, your time is coming. All these white-collar thieves trained at Enam, you keep sucking and sucking, sucking and sucking Cameroon. Your time will come. Cameroon is a time bomb. What you're doing is you just keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. When the pressure will be more than the tank, it will explode. If Atangi thinks that Anicet Ekane's death means the end of the fight for the liberation of Cameroon, Paul, it explains who you are. You are hollow. That is why you think that way. Because the truth is that his death is your trouble begun. Your troubles shall be more than you in Cameroon. You remember you were hidden in the mortuary in Bamenda. Yeah. Someone hid you in the mortuary in Bamenda. It is going to happen again. Atangi, it is going to happen. But one thing is certain. Any and everything that has a beginning has an end. Inshallah.